Good morning, everyone. You're watching the Indian Investors Forum. This channel is all about making Indian investments the avenues available for Indian investors to make investments and all the asset classes available to the Indian investors. Well, in the previous videos, we discussed the different asset classes available to the Indian investors and the advantages and disadvantages of different asset classes and how an investor should build a diversified portfolio by investing in different asset classes to achieve consistent higher returns which beat inflation and also reduces risk for the investor. Well, in today's video, we are going to be discussing the major headlines and price movements which happened yesterday in the Indian markets and what can be expected in today's markets. Well, let's start with the major headlines for yesterday. Number 1. Government of India is trying for a ratings upgrade with S&P as fiscal and current account deficit are in better shape than in 2013 and Indian macroeconomic picture has also improved a lot since then. Number 2. HDFC Bank cuts base rate by 35 basis points, which is a big move, and there can be rate cut announcements from other major banks as well. Number 3. Land Bill Ordinance has been allowed to lapse by the Prime Minister of India. Number 4. Q1 GDP growth rate of India came in at 7% versus expectation of 7.4%. Number 5. Petrol price cut by rupees 2 per litre and diesel by 50 paise per litre effective from 1st of September 2015. Number 6. April to July fiscal deficit at 3.85 lakh crores versus an expectation of 3.46 lakh crores. Number 7. July core industries growth rate came in at 1.1% versus 4.1% year on year and expectations of 2.9%. Number 8. Ambit Capital cut its 12-month Sensex target to 28,000 and GDP target for financial year 2016 to 6.8% and also said that chances of Sensex falling to 22,000 are very high and that Indian exports have become uncompetitive in the global market in comparison to the Chinese exports. Well, now let's talk about the major price movements in the Indian financial markets. Indian stock markets are still in a bearish short-term trend while Nifty closed down about 31 points which closed at 7971 points and Sensex closed down about 110 points which closed at 26,283 points. The markets were trading with the negative bias as the global sentiment is still weak, which means that foreign inflows into our capital markets will be weak as well. In fact, the month of August has seen capital outflows of about $2.5 billion, which is very high. Another reason for weakness in the markets was due to the fact that many foreign brokerage houses have reduced their 12-month forecast for the Indian stock markets. Indian currency again depreciated yesterday as well and closed at 66.48 rupees versus the dollar in the spot market following the Indian stock markets, and also the emerging market currencies were trading weak in the global markets as there are chances of September rate hike by the Federal Reserve which can put negative pressure on the rupee and other emerging market economies. The yield on the 10-year government securities was around 7.78% when those markets closed for trading yesterday. Well, the commodity markets saw little price gains as the rupee depreciated versus the dollar, which leads to higher commodity prices in India. Gold closed up by 57 rupees and closed at 26,880 rupees for 10 grams. Silver closed up by 212 rupees and closed at 34,590 rupees per kg. Crude oil saw a big price gain of 252 rupees and closed at 3,257 rupees per barrel. Copper closed up by 65 paise and closed at 349 rupees and 25 paise per kg. Nickel closed up by 1 rupee and 70 paise and closed at 671 rupees and 40 paise per kg. Lead closed up by 70 paise and closed at 116 rupees and 10 paise per kg. Zinc closed up by 50 paise and closed at 121 rupees and 25 paise per kg. Aluminum closed up by 40 paise and closed at 107 rupees and 15 paise per kg. Natural gas closed down by 2 rupees and 10 paise and closed down at 178 rupees and 90 paise. Natural gas was the only commodity which declined yesterday, while everything saw some price gains, with crude oil being the biggest gainer, which was following the global markets, and natural gas being the only commodity which saw price losses and was the biggest losing commodity in the yesterday's trading session. So these were the biggest headlines and market movements on 31st of August 2015. Well, what can we expect from the market today then? The Indian stock markets will again most likely open lower, as indicated in the SGX Nifty, which was down about 64 points at the time of making this video. And overnight, even the American and European stock markets closed lower as well, with the Dow Jones index losing about 115 points and closed at 16,528 points. The S&P 500 index lost about 17 points and closed at 1972 points. The Nasdaq index lost about 52 points and closed at 4,776 points. FTSE index, being an exception, had a price gain. It gained about 56 points and closed at 6,248 points. The DAX lost about 39 points and closed at 10,259 points. The CAC 40 lost about 22 points and closed at 4,653 points. The Indian rupee should open flat today and should trade in a tight range for the day. The rupee should trade in a range of 66.94 to 66.44 and can have a little positive bias, as there will be some dollar selling by exporters in the short term. The Nifty should trade in the range of 8,085 to 7,930. The levels of 7,930 can be expected that some buying can emerge at those levels in the market, and at the levels of 8,085 there could be some selling emerge as well. The stocks to watch out for the day are ITC, Bosch, Bajaj Finance, Godrej Industries, Apollo Hospitals and Adani Ports. So everyone, this is my view about what we can expect in today's trading session in the Indian markets and which stocks can have major price movements in the markets. Here at Indian Investors Forum, we are going to help you make the right investment choices for your investments, when you should invest in equities, real estate, bullion, fixed income, currencies, commodities, so on and so forth, and when you should rotate your investments in different asset classes, because investment is all about timing them correctly to get best returns out of your portfolio. So please post your comments and queries below for future discussions. Also, please hit the like button, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of the future videos, and share this video with your friends and family so you can help them make the right investment choices in their life. Thank you for watching this video and see you soon. Goodbye, take care and happy investing.